Welcome to the AM Hookah Podcast, and we're live in 3, 2, 1.
What is up, Midnight Tokers, Afternoon Hailers, and AM Hookah Smokers? This is the AM Hookah Podcast, your weekly hookah podcast, every Monday at 6:30 Central Standard Time here on YouTube and on twitch.tv/AM Hookah. I am the M in the AM, and joined with me, as always, my partner in crime, the mischievous, the chaotic, the unpredictable, Adrian Hunter. How are you doing this week, man?
I feel like I'm fairly predictable.
You're not predictable at all. I would never, ever classify you. I would never just be like, you know that, Adrian? You know exactly what he's going to do at all times. I would never say that about you.
You know, I'll take that.
Okay.
I will take that. I'm doing well. We're back. It's Monday.
Yes.
Last Monday, we did have a special event, so we're back with our normal show today. I'm super excited because being off of the show for a week kind of throws me off of my funk. So
Yes.
Woohoo!
And if anybody did not see last week's episode, it was a special classroom edition. Our friends over at Hookah University kind of took over the channel a little bit to talk about a very important measure that is happening all around the hookah world, happening directly in California right now, but it could very well start to happen all over in other ways as well. So we wanted to make sure we shine some light on it. Please go and check out that episode if you haven't already. Lots of really good conversation. Apologize first and foremost about the audio quality because there was a couple technical difficulties, as you might imagine, being the AM Hookah Podcast and such. But we are doing all we can to make sure things like that don't happen again, and hopefully helping in the future. By the way, I decided to wear the glasses. I don't know. Does it make me look more professor-like? Do I look smarter with these glasses? That's all I'm trying to ask. What do you think?
You look like what I imagined my dad would look like.
I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that at all. What does that mean?
You know, you look like a dad.
Okay, then I guess it's not so bad because that sounds about right. So yeah, this week we have a really fun show planned for you guys. I thought it'd be a really good time this week. Let's talk about the stuff that we think is our all-time current favorites. We got plenty of time that we've been, smoking tobacco and stuff like that. So we wanted to put together a list. Myself, Adrian, we're going to talk about our top 10 hookah flavors. We'll also have some time to go over yours as well. Try to get some. We got a ton of responses inside the AM Hookah group, so we really appreciate that, obviously. So we're going to be talking about all those kinds of things as we go along through the show. But before we get too far into it, let's go ahead and check in with our producer and see what he is up to. Mr. Bracken, can you hear me, Bracken? Can you hear me?
You know, I do the intro every start of the show.
Stop.
Oh, no, the fourth wall. Is that? Oh, I can hear it shattering.
Stop. Just enjoy. Oh, my gosh. I feel so good being back right now, Bracken. I can't tell you how.
Do you?
I do. I am in ecstasy right now. This is so much fun.
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
Wow, that sounds provocative.
Matt's frisky today.
Ooh.
It's going to be a fun show. I can tell. This is going to be a fun show, guys. I really think it's going to be a good show. Really.
I can see myself on the bracket cam through your screen, and
Oh, yeah.
I think we should definitely find a new photo.
Oh, I love that photo of you. I like the backwards cap. Is that an Oregon's duck cap, by the way?
No.
Oh, it looks like it. It looks like
It's a
Oregon.
Texas Rangers hat in the colors of Baylor
Matt,
University.
the inception
alma
of
mater.
I can see our show on your screen, and that's weird.
Yeah, the reason why I'm doing this is for a couple reasons. One of the big reasons is I want everyone to realize you can go over to twitch.tv/AM Hookah, and you will be able to watch the show over there. And the reason why you may want to do that is because the latency on this compared to YouTube is almost instantaneous. It is so quick. So if you don't like waiting that brief amount of time between us talking and it happening and stuff, that's a really good place to watch it. The only exception is you can't use the chat bot on Twitch yet. So chat with YouTube, watch on Twitch. That's
Now you're just making this far too difficult.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go anywhere else. I'm gonna stay here. So
me make things
oh,
difficult.
this isn't about me, is it?
Me making things difficult? Never. I would never do that, guys. Ever. You know that about me, right?
Matt, I love your shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, check this out. Let me show this off just a little bit. What do you think?
Did you turn it into a shirt? Is it on Teespring now?
Oh,
I know that it was like a logo, and you were like blasting it everywhere, but it's a shirt now, huh?
Yeah, you can get this as a shirt. You can also we have a second image of this as well. This was made by Travis Leader over from Hookah University, a good friend of ours. He created this image, and he also created another one, and you can actually get the other one in sticker form as well. Like
stickers.
you can get stickers. You can get a pillow. You can get a pillow with this label.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of cool. It's kind of exciting.
Where I know where they buy the shirts, but Matt, why don't you tell the people at home where can they buy those shirts?
Walmart.com.
Walmart. Oh, we made it, boys.
Yeah, we've hit the big leagues, guys.
We big league. I was gonna say big league.
This feels weird. I'm not looking at chat right now, and I was going to type in ! Merch because that has a direct link to where it is that you can buy the shirts. But it's teespring.com/AM-hookah-store, and you'll be able to get into our Teespring store, and you'll be able to buy all this awesome stuff. So
who's gonna throw the ! Merch in the chat? Who's gonna be the one?
Somebody should definitely.
Somebody's
do that.
gonna be the one.
Yeah. By the way,
but yeah, I'm just hanging out. You know, I was live on the Facebook.
You were.
I want to tell people y'all were doing this.
Yes. By the way,
and they did.
Last week we were supposed to give away our Hooked on Hookah 3 bags, 100 grams each, but we were unable to because of the time and just kind of everything that was going on at that moment. So I actually gave that away on the Gamecast last week. So we have a winner. The winner, his name was Rafael Fernandez. He's on the Facebook group all the time. He asks a lot of interesting questions. I already reached out and told him about it, so he already knows that he's the winner. He's already getting his order in and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think it's super cool. I hope he enjoys the stuff. But once again, one real quick shout-out. Thank you so much for Hooked on Hookah for that awesome giveaway that we were able to do. And we'll hopefully do more exciting stuff in the future as well. So, yeah, I don't know where to go from this. Bracken, what do you want to talk about? What are you smoking?
I'm actually smoking Hooked on Hookah. Wow. For everybody who knows, everybody who watched that live on Facebook already knows I'm smoking. A little bit of a spoiler. I packed Blue Crush. It is a blueberry tangerine mix. And I'm going to let y'all know something. When I smoke all of the stuff that I have, I'm going to buy more because I wasn't expecting it to be. All right, let me rephrase this. I was expecting it to be good. Mm-hmm. I was not expecting it to be this good.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. We're going to get going into the main show. And as you know, today's show, we're going to be talking about our top 10 flavors between me and Adrian. We're also going to be asking people their top 3 flavors that were in the Facebook group and stuff like that. So do you want to go ahead and tell us what your top 3 flavors are right now, or do you want to wait to do that till a little bit later, Bracken?
I can wait.
Okay. Then I think we will bid you adieu, Sir Bracken Cam, and you can go back into the hidey hole. How's that sound?
In your corner, Bracken.
Can you turn the lights on this time?
No, Matt, cut the signal.
It's gone. Goodbye, Bracken. You're gone. Hello, Adrian. How are you doing, Adrian? Are you enjoying today's show?
It's gonna be a good show.
It is.
I glanced over and saw that the Jagex experience or the Jag-X experience. Just ask how long till Adrian body pillow.
Right away.
Yeah, let's get that moving immediately.
I just want a pillow with just your face on it. That'd be fantastic. Why don't we have that already? Tommy got an AM Hookah. The hookahologist, he got an AM Hookah pillow. He says he uses it for naps in his car when he has to work long shifts. So I think he would love an Adrian face pillow even more.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'd love for my face to be where other people's faces are.
All right. So first and foremost, how's everybody doing in the chat? So nice to see everybody. I've seen a lot of names pop up. Thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, doing the show with you guys is what makes this as much fun as it always is. What are you guys smoking in the chat, though? If you guys are smoking something, drop what you're smoking in there so we can see what it is. And if you guys have a question, don't forget to drop a little question mark before it so that we're able to see it as quickly as possible and we can grab those questions and be able to answer them on the stream. But let's go ahead and get into the show a little bit and talk about what it is we're smoking. Obviously brought to you by the wonderful people over at Prestige Bubbles Coconut Charcoal, the wonderful sponsors that keeps our hookahs going and lit and keeping them smoking well. You can get them in the jumbo flats, which is what me and Adrian actually prefer quite a bit. And then you can also get cube coals that I've been using more recently and really, really been enjoying as well. It's been a real fun time to experiment more with those cube coals, even though I'm not a cube guy. I've been enjoying their cube coals quite a bit, actually. But let's go ahead and talk about what it is that we're smoking. Adrian, what are you smoking right now, man?
On top of an alpaca Surrey bowl, there's a Provost. In that Provost, there are 3 Prestige jumbo flats. Why jumbo flats? Something that most people don't understand about the jumbo flats is they'll look at it to be like, This is the same size as a normal flat. It's the same thing. It's not. I have an extensive review. You should probably start putting that in the description.
It's pretty
And
awesome.
be like, oh, you don't know about them? Go look at Adrian talk for 20 minutes about fucking carbon. But they do weigh on average 2 to 4 grams more, which is good for another 10 to 15 minutes of burn time on your flat, which I think is pretty cool. What am I smoking? Alfalfa Orange Mint, because I'm waiting on a stock order. So I picked up some Alfalfa Orange Mint locally because it's a good standby flavor. It's kind of like the peanut butter and jelly sandwich of tobaccos to keep around. You know, you never talk about it, but secretly it's always in the kitchen. And I mixed it with some Tangier's clove because I wanted to add some weird spice flavor to my bowl. Obviously, it's on top of the Matt pear. You guys know the drill. Matt, what's in your bowl?
So I am smoking some Alpha Kama right now because it feels like it's been too long since I've had some Alpha Kama, so I had to make sure to get myself some. So I'm doing some Alpha Kama slush tangerine, and I don't know why it's taken me so long to try this. It is smoking fantastic, and then I mixed it with just a very small amount of the ice or the freeze lemon mint. I mixed it with just a little bit of the freeze lemon mint with the slush tangerine. This tangerine is golden, man. This is really good stuff. I don't know why I've never had this stuff before, but you know what? You can't enjoy this stuff unless you're a certain age. Isn't that right, Adrian?
That's correct. Some states it's 18, some it's 21. If you're in whatever state you're in and you don't know what that age is, you should probably educate yourself as soon as possible because being uneducated makes you look like an idiot. If you are under the legal age of tobacco consumption in your state, please kindly go take your cursor on your computer or your thumb on your mobile device and fucking leave.
Get out.
Because you're not welcome here. Please
Get
go
out.
away. And everyone of age,
hang
welcome
out.
back.
Hey, how's it going? And when you turn 18, come back. If your state allows 18-year-olds to be smoking, unless you have to be 21, and then in which case, please come back when you're 21. Regardless, get out of here if you're not allowed to be here because you're ruining it for everybody else. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm loving this mixture right now. I got 3 Jumbo Flats as well on my Liberty Eggy bowl. I love this bowl with my Like Smoke, obviously. Smoking with my Derek Moses hose because, oh, man, I'm so excited. Adrian, I don't know if you realize this, but I'm going to be flying to New York City in 3 short days. And I'm going to be meeting up with Derek Moses. We'll be meeting up with all those guys that are doing the NYC Gala over there. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. THL is throwing it, and they're doing this huge thing. There's going to be all this new Zomo there. And have you seen the list of hookahs that are going to be there?
I have seen that list.
It is a who's who of hookahs that are going to be there. I can't wait. Out of all the hookahs, this may sound stupid. Tell me if it is. I'm sure you will. Let me know if it is.
I will. Yeah.
I am like most excited to smoke out of a VZ. Is that terrible?
No, these are sweet. They're an interesting aesthetic. They're not what we're normally used to. They do kind of come across as a, that trend going on right now of stick hookahs.
Yes.
But I think the VZ is unique and interesting. I don't think it smokes any better than like any of the pipes we have rolling right now, but it is an aesthetic selection, and I approve.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be smoking out of that.
Also, the purge is super interesting.
Ooh.
So.
Oh, it's a flap, right?
That's right, yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited to try that. I'm super excited to try out some new Zomo. I like Zomo. I know some people are kind of like divisive about it a little bit, but I'm a fan. So like to see their new line of stuff, I'm also very excited to be checking that out. I'm going to be vlogging the entire thing. I'm going to get a video.
You can call it vlog, but
vlogging? Is that not?
Vlog. Call it vlog because it's 2019.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to be.
Say vlog.
I'm going to be video vlogging it.
No, say vlog. That's redundant.
Video.
Vlog, the V in vlog is for video.
Video?
Vlog's like blog. Vlog.
I'm going to be doing a video about it. How's that?
Say vlog, Matt.
Vlog.
Good.
Okay, I'll work on that. I promise I will.
I sure hope so.
By the way, in the chat, Diamond Roberts is smoking some P3 and blue strawberry mix. I don't know if you saw the picture that Diamond Roberts posted recently, but he likes to smoke hot. He likes to smoke so hot that when he puts the 4 cubes inside of his Provost, it's literally on fire. There's literal fire coming off of his 4 cubes, and he said, this isn't quite hot enough.
No.
To each is their own, right? To each is their own?
I suppose. Please don't die.
Justin Young is smoking some Alpha Kama lemon. That's pretty awesome. I like this lemon quite a bit, actually. And then Rose F. Death says that I received my shirt. Thank you. Looks great. Just have to wash it first. He was one of the winners of one of the giveaways that we did involving a shirt, and he finally got the shirt because Teespring, as Frank is finding out, takes forever to ship out their stuff. That's the one problem.
They do. That's because it's not print to demand.
Yes.
For those of you who've ever used Teespring, they print it in cycles. It's a 3-day cycle, and they're a very big company. So that's kind of how that works.
Yes. By the way, not only am I excited to be going to New York City for the gala, for the Zomo, for meeting with Derek and Devin and to give them their trophy, which I do have ready for them. Don't you worry about that. I'm also super excited to be hanging out with somebody that is in the chat all the time. All the time. Hookah Fiend is in New York City as well. And I'm going to be meeting up with Hookah Fiend, and we're going to be smoking some double apple down there. You know we are. You better show me the best double apple that you have on hand, because I'm looking forward to it. You're the double apple person. You may be more double apple-y than Adrian is. I'm not even sure about that. Is that even possible, Adrian?
No.
Okay. No, it's not, it turns out. Sorry. I guess you cannot be more double apple-y than him.
I go through a kilo every 2 weeks. Where we at?
We also, they may go through a kilo in a sitting. Who knows? Also,
all right.
We also have a little bit more news that I wanted to speak about very quickly. Hookah Chamber. Go to their Facebook group, go to their page, like their page. They have information on how you can become a member of the Hookah Chamber. They have the ability to donate towards their cause as well. AM Hookah will become a member of the Hookah Chamber under AM Hookah and stuff like that. And yeah, there's lots of great information. The fight is not over. They are working on an amendment for the Californian law to exclude hookah tobacco, but there's still way more of a battle to be going on, obviously. So pay attention to those sorts of things. And as soon as we have more information, we'll pass that on to you guys, obviously, as always. But yeah, that's kind of something big that I think is important that everyone needs to know about.
This amendment was probably a big part of what's going on with the vocal people over in the chamber. So, if you stop being vocal, we're going to stop seeing good things happen. So don't do that, or this will go away, and then you'll all be really fucking sad.
Yeah.
So will I, and I'll find you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's go.
Home.
Yeah. So I think without further ado, we can go ahead and get into our top 10 flavors of what we have that we want to talk about. That's kind of the topic of this episode. And before that, Adrian, I have your favorite thing ever. I have a splash. Are you ready for this, Adrian?
It's time for the AM Hookah Top 10 Tobacco Flavors.
There you go. There you go. What? Not liking it?
Your splashes are second to none.
I know. I work really hard on them. So originally, Adrian, so I'm going to go ahead and spill the beans on this because
Hold on. I just saw the picture you used of me.
You like it, right?
Who cut that out?
Who do you think cut it out, Adrian?
Was it you?
I did.
That's a pretty good job.
So I'm going to go ahead and spill the beans real quick on this because originally I had another plan on how to do the little jingle that I did. I was going to rip off the song Happier by Marshmello. I was going to try and rip it off. I had this whole little jingle written out and stuff, and I couldn't get it to work the way that I heard it in my head. So I decided to scrap that idea and not do it. But just be aware that at one point I was in my office in front of my microphone, singing my lungs out, trying to go like, I want you to know that I've been making a top 10 list. I've been making a top 10 list. I was trying really hard to make it work, and it did not come out the way that I heard it in my head, so I scrapped it.
I can see that.
I tried. I was working on it real hard. Okay, so we have a couple of things that I want to do with this top 10 list. First off, I asked the people inside of the AM Hookah Facebook group. If you guys are not a part of the AM Hookah Facebook group, I highly recommend you become part of it because we have tons of really cool content, information, and stuff going on there all the time. And it's a really good place to keep up with what's happening with the podcast and just all that kind of stuff, obviously. So I asked everybody inside the group, I said, what are your top 3 flavors? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read off a couple of these top 3 flavors. Ask what your thoughts are on them if you've had them. And then we can get into our own personal lists as well. Does that sound like an okay idea?
I'll judge people.
Okay. We're going to start with Cars. Cars. He's been on the show before in the past. He was on season 2. Really cool guy. Lives in the Philippines. Even though he lives like so far away, he is so invested in the American hookah market. He's constantly trying out new flavors, constantly getting things sent to him over there. Like he has a very wide grasp of the market, I think, in a lot of ways. So I think it's cool to see his top three that he has. His first that he has listed on this, number 1, Trifecta Dirty Mint. Number 2, Winter Rose from Azor. And number 3, Trifecta Earl Grey. What do you think about that top 3 list right there?
Yeah, that's just a good top 3. No comment.
Nothing at all.
They're all just really good. I mean, every single flavor is like a home run. I've had all those flavors. They're all super good. I think Dirty Mint in a big way might even, it might not be on my top 10 list, but in a way, I can see it beating out Cane. There's some nostalgia going on my list. It's an important thing, important asterisk. But Dirty Mint is an incredible flavor. And then Winter Rose, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Winter Rose.
Oh,
and
Winter
Earl Grey too,
Winter Peach.
That's even better. That's even better. They're just good flavors, man.
I have not had the Winter Peach before. I'm sure it's stellar because all the other stuff I've ever had from Missouri has always been very good. I've never had Trifecta Earl Grey. Is that a flavor that's almost like a must-try type flavor?
Do you like Earl Grey tea?
I like Earl Grey tea. I've never had like
Then
anything.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not
I
like
think
a
it's
huge...
better than Prince of Grey by Tangiers.
I've never had that one either.
I'm a big fan of that flavor. You should try it if you can handle burley.
Okay, I will.
And you can.
I'll look into that. I will definitely look into that for sure. So the next comment that we got was actually from my wife. I thought this was pretty good. She says, number 1, Starbuzz Blue Mist. And number 2, anything else.
I feel like we're being made fun of.
I thought so too. I couldn't tell. She's sarcastic sometimes, but only sometimes.
Starbucks Blue Mist, best flavor of the year, baby.
Ever. Greatest of all time. You know what I'm talking about.
Moving on.
Paul hit us up next, obviously, with a great, fantastic list. He says Alpha Comma Passion Fruit, Dark Side Banana Papa, and Trifecta Peppermint Shake. What do you think about that list?
The first flavor is not in my top because the Alpha Comma has a lot of flavors I really like, and as much as like passion fruit, I don't think my top 5 Alpha Comma flavors passion fruit would even fall into. The last 2, okay, Banana Papa is like one of the most legitimately badass banana-ish flavors that have ever been made. Mm-hmm. And that last one was what? The
last one was Trifecta Peppermint Shake.
Yeah, that's hype. Woohoo.
It's a great flavor.
Hype train.
It's
a really good flavor. It's what it reminds me of?
Huh.
You ever had Haze
Whattermint?
Whattermint? Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of a very good refined version of that.
I agree. The only time I ever had Haze Whattermint, I was like, man, this is really nice. I wish the creamy factor was a little bit more just because it kind of came through a little bit, and that's what Trifecta Peppermint Shake obviously is. I got a question about Banana Papa because I've not smoked it myself, but I did smoke it very briefly at Oasis when I was at the expo last year, but not enough to like even remember, honestly, anything about it because I'm not a banana guy.
It is yellow number 7. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's not it's not like a supernatural banana. No.
Oh, okay. That was my question. You already knew exactly where I was coming from. Why is everything banana number 5, number 7 whenever it's banana flavoring? Why is that the case?
Think about the flavor of a banana real quick.
Okay.
Take out the texture.
Okay.
Take out the mouthfeel. Think about the flavor. I don't know how well that's going to translate.
Yeah.
I've had banana come across pretty well in like banana bread flavors. You can taste that banana from the banana bread, but I've never tasted a banana that's on point natural banana. I've just never had it.
Interesting. Banana cream pie is another really good banana flavor that's not necessarily banana number 7, but it's definitely artificial and all that kind of stuff as well. I'm going to read one more list real quick, and then we'll get into our bottom 5, and then we'll read a couple more. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, so this is from a newcomer on the Facebook group. His name is Jay, and he actually runs a sort of hookah catering business. I was talking to him just briefly. He goes to like different lounges that don't have like enough people to like maintain everything that's going on, or even hookah shops, and he helps them with different aspects of their shop and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. I told him to.
What area is he from? Do you know?
I asked him, and I do not remember exactly where it was at this exact moment. He has a post on the Facebook page. Go and check that out. I told him to keep us in mind whenever he goes on his hookah adventures, because I'd love to hear about the kind of stuff that he does. I think that'd be really cool and interesting to hear about, honestly.
Absolutely.
So his list involves something that we don't talk a lot about on this show unless we're talking to J-Rock. That's why I thought it was an interesting list, because we're not always talking about the same stuff all the time. And I like that there are people from all over the spectrum of smoking hookah that like to smoke what it is that they like to smoke. So his top 3 list involves all Fantasia flavors. The first one is Fantasia Watermelon Ice, then Fantasia Peach Ice, and then Fantasia Electric X.
I've had Electric X.
Oh, what is it?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I remember not liking it.
Okay.
Fantasia is one of those brands that I've never been super into for various reasons. But if you like it, smoke it. Like, I don't think anyone should get shitty about that. I think it's fine. And if J-Rock smokes it, you're probably in good shape.
I've almost been wondering if we should like maybe check back on Fantasia in some way and just say like, what is this brand all about, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's not. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think watching at home? Do you think me and Adrian should pick up a couple? It's even hard for me to say. I should. I don't know why, but it is. Should we pick up a couple Fantasia flavors and smoke them and see what we think about them in 2019?
I'll do that.
Is that an idea? That sounds like an idea.
Yeah, I'll check out Fantasia, although it might turn into a dark episode.
we're just depressed the entire time I'm smoking Fantasia.
Angry, maybe? I don't know. We'll see.
No, I don't think it'll be like that. We're joking because we enjoy what we're doing. That's all it is. We're not throwing shade. Okay, guys, relax a little bit.
Yeah, no shade here. No shade.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into we did a top 10 list, and we're going to talk about our bottom 5 first, and then we'll talk about our top 5 a little bit more in detail, obviously. So let's go ahead and get into this a little bit. Adrian, why don't you start us off with your number 10 spot for your top 10 flavors?
Okay, we're not going to talk a whole lot on these bottom 5 flavors because we're going to talk a little more at length on the top 5 flavors.
Yes.
This first one's by a brand, maybe y'all have heard of it, called Lavu. Remember that brand,
yeah,
Matthew?
I do. When you wrote that flavor down, the first thing I thought of was like, oh man, there's at least 1 or 2 flavors from there that I loved. Were they good enough to make my list? Like, why didn't I think about doing that?
So, my personal favorite flavor from Lavu, and it's good enough to hit my top 10. This is a hard list to make, by the way.
It is.
Lemongrad, which is basically, it's like it's almost like a lemon poppy seed muffin flavor.
I never tried
what
it.
I get out of it.
I want to
Super
try
good.
it.
Awesome flavor. Would recommend. I did a review on the flavor. The cut is like coffee grounds.
It's
Check it
cool. The cut is kind of cool. I like the cut of Lavu. Yeah, there's some flavors from Lavu that I really like a lot. So my 10 spot is actually something kind of new in my rotation of stuff, but I've smoked it. I smoke it so often that I felt like I kind of needed to put it in my 10 spot because of how much I've really, really been enjoying it. It's actually the one that's right up here. You can see it right in front of your face, actually. It is, in fact, the Raspberry Rose from Hooked on Hookah. I really, really like this flavor a lot, and it may be a little bit too early to say that it's like in my all-time favorite, but the way that we kind of geared this top 10 list is we kind of said it was both a all-time / current, because our currents are kind of our all-time at the same time sometimes. So right now, today, if you were to ask me, like, name 10 flavors that I love, I would have to say Raspberry Rose was one of them, honestly, because I really have been enjoying it.
The flavor did make my top 10.
I know.
So.
Yeah, I saw that. I kind of... Spoilers.
Really quick. Well, that's going to be my next one I talk about, maybe. Wait, no, it's not. Honorable mentions really quick. There are some flavors that I should probably be completely transparent about this. I've excluded lemon mint flavors and double apple flavors from my list.
Okay.
But much like I was talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches earlier, I like double apple so much that it's more of a staple than something like I look forward to all the time. It's just something like I smoke all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like Alfacher double apple, Naka double apple, all the double apple flavors, Messiah, Alpha Comma, they're lemon mints. They could be on this list, but they're not. That said, should I talk about my next one?
You should talk about your number 9. What is your number 9 flavor on this list?
It's an Alpha Comma flavor. Love the brand. Love what those guys are doing. Lemon ginger. It's a newer flavor to their lineup. Have you had it?
Oh, yeah. I have a review on it, in fact. I love that flavor. That was fantastic, man.
Yeah, it's outstanding. It's really, I've had a few ginger flavors. I think Trifecta actually makes a coconut ginger flavor, which I'm a pretty big fan of. But ginger, I think, is an underutilized flavor in the hookah world. And mixing it with lemon, it's just a good medley. I really like the flavor. Not a whole lot to say about it. Smoke it, buy it. It's very affordable, very affordable. At the $15 USD, 250 grams. Very good.
Very good,
Would
very
recommend.
good.
Yeah, seriously, it's very good.
So my honorable mentions, I didn't prepare a list of honorable mentions, but I kind of thought the same way that you did. There was a couple of flavors that I thought about including because they are quote-unquote all-time favorites, like Tangier's Passion Fruit. But I've moved away from it so much that like I couldn't say in like all of my heart that it was still on my top 10 list. It's just something that I really like and enjoy. I also thought about doing that with every mint. Instead of talking about any mint at all, I thought about not including them just because mints are almost like a tool in hookah. Like, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but my number 9 actual flavor for my top 10 list is Tangier's Pink Grapefruit.
That could have made my list pretty easily.
Right?
That's a really good flavor. Ruby red squirt, yeah?
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
If you've never had Tangier's Pink Grapefruit, I think it's a definite must-try. I know that there's been some people that have had, like, bad batches of Tangiers. I don't know anything about that yet. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully that
hasn't come up for me yet.
Hopefully it's really small. That's what I'm really hoping, that it's not a big ordeal and stuff, because if we lose Tangiers in some way, that would really suck. That would not be good at all. But Tangier's pink grapefruit, fantastic flavor. It is literally ruby red juice. Like, it's not grapefruit in the sense that it's like a fresh grapefruit, like maybe from Alpha Kama and other brands and stuff like that. It is much more just like ruby red juice, and it's fantastic.
Have you ever had Tangier's seasonal old school grapefruit?
I have not.
It's a lot like pink grapefruit, except for it's a little less bright. It's a little more grapefruity, but it still follows that motif of a pink grapefruit flavor, as opposed to like the typical alfalfa grapefruit. Would recommend if you can get your hands on it, although it's not that much different from pink grapefruit. So.
Interesting. I'd still like to try the variation of it. I like the idea of trying variations of flavors that we like so much. I think that's kind of a fun idea too.
I think the old school seasonal grapefruit's more of it's a better mixer too. I think I like to smoke pink grapefruit mixed with the mint strictly. I don't like to dull the flavor down too much.
Yes, I like to smoke it by itself a lot of times too. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our number 8. What is your number 8 flavor on your list?
I just realized as I'm looking at this, I'm just naming 3 lemon flavors in a row. So. Azure Gold. They make a flavor called lemon muffin. It's good for the same reasons Lavu's lemongrad is good. And it smokes like Azure, which is strictly a good thing. So not much to say on that, but I realized I just like named 3 lemon flavors in a row. But it's true. I'm telling the truth.
Just all love on the lemon flavors from you. Just everything. I'm looking at the rest of your list, Adrian. It's all lemon. Every single flavor is a lemon flavor.
That's absolutely untrue.
I'm just kidding. That's fantastic. Okay, so my number 8 that I have is another flavor that I enjoy smoking a lot, and it's something that I highly recommend if you've never tried it. I think anybody could possibly enjoy this. It's definitely going to be Trifecta's Enigma flavor. Have you ever had the Trifecta Enigma flavor?
Yeah, I've tried it at both of the hookah meetups in Chicago. Very interesting flavor.
So
also, if you're getting some cognitive dissonance, I accidentally uploaded my flavors in the wrong order, so it might look like I'm reading off the top 5, but I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, Enigma is super interesting. There's like a touch of mint. There's a touch of earthiness to it, and there's also a little bit of the it's a basil flavor. Basil is obviously not like this crazy strong flavor, at least when it comes to like hookah tobacco. I've never tried dark side basil, so I can't like speak on that obviously, or any other basil flavors. But I can tell you that what is inside of Enigma is like a really, really nice like herbal, very flavorful. I love mixing it, especially I love mixing it with Static Starlight, which you will be hearing me talk about a little bit later on. Just spoilers.
Put money on that.
Spoilers. I'm a big fan of that. And mixing those two together, this is what I do. When I mix Enigma with Static Starlight, I have a nickname for it, kind of like when people talk about what else, the Cashmere and Cane Mint and stuff.
Or the Triforce or whatever
exactly
mix you want to talk about, yeah.
Whenever I mix Enigma and Static Starlight, I refer to it as the truth.
The truth?
That's what I call it.
You can't do that.
You cannot write the rules and tell me what I can and cannot do, Adrian. It is the truth. Smoke it. And at the moment you take your first puff of it, you know you're going to say, wow, this is truth. This is truth.
Fair.
All right. How did you like to go and check out some other people's lists on the Facebook page?
Should we? Well, yeah, we can do that. Let's do that right now. Also, we have a question.
Oh, okay. What is our I did not see.
Is there a written list for your top 10? We can check them out after the live stream ends?
There will be. It will be on Facebook.
Nice.
We'll be posting our top 10 list on Facebook after the episode is live, so you will be able to check that out. So going into on Facebook right now, somebody left a comment for us. It was Justin. Justin Young actually wrote to us, and he said that his top number 1 is Alpha Kama Pan flavor, which I thought was interesting.
Alpha Kama's Pan over. Wow, that's interesting. It's actually very interesting.
And he's tried a couple.
There's some brands like Absol comes to mind that are famous for doing a very good pan. So that's interesting. That means the Badia and the boys are doing something right over there at the old Alpha Kama.
Yeah, I spoke to him a while back ago, and he had tried quite a few pawns, and he said that he really liked the Alpha Kama pawn. I thought that was really cool. He also really likes Trifecta Narwar. Is it Nawar? How do you pronounce this? Nawar? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Nawar. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Nawar. Is that
Nawar?
Nawar?
Noir. It's almost similar to like Tangier's Noir.
Oh. Well, that's Noir.
But it's Noir.
That's Noir, which Noir means black or dark.
Just say it however you want and tell the people that's how. Oh, they can hear me. Crap.
Oh, get out of here. Get back in your corner. Get back in your hidey hole. And then his number 3 flavor is Azure Blueberry Muffin. What do you think about that?
So I've actually had the comment brought up that Azure Blueberry Muffin is better than Azure Lemon Muffin, and I strongly disagree. I've had Azure Blueberry Muffin, and it is a solid flavor, but For me, it doesn't even come close to reaching like the top. Like I don't go out of my way to purchase it. So it turns out we have different preferences.
Yeah. I have the only muffin flavor that I've had from Azor is actually the cherry muffin, and I thought it was fantastic. It was really, really good, like super artificial, super not real in any way, but like super sweet and like hit all those notes. I love mixing it.
The sauce is artificial to me.
Oh, really?
It tasted like a maraschino cherry to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I got. But hey, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. Clearly.
I mean, I'll be honest. It's been a long time since I've had a maraschino cherry. I do not keep those regularly in my fridge at home, and I don't know exactly what they. I should have tried
them
one.
a lot either. You want a piece of embarrassing trivia?
Uh-huh.
Up until 2 years ago, when my current girlfriend Rachel told me that I was mispronouncing it, I was running around just saying maraschino cherry, like that's how you're supposed to say it. So there's that. You can take that home with you.
You were talking like I would talk, basically.
Functionally, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and read one more list, and then we'll get back to our own top 10 list as well. Austin, Captain Wetbeard, how you doing? I'm sure he's down there in the chat as well. Captain Wetbeard left us a message. He said trifecta lime is his number 1 flavor. Al Fakama lemon ginger is his number 2, and Tangier's orange soda is his number 3. What do you think about that list, Adrian?
One of those flavors may have made my top.
Ooh, I wonder. Oh yeah, well you talked about lemon ginger a little while ago.
I got 2 of those flavors then. Sorry.
Oh, exciting news.
You can see my list, man.
I know. Well, I try it. Fourth wall, okay?
We're literally talking to these people through the screen. The fourth wall does not exist. There's no fucking walls except for these ones.
Be quiet. Don't shatter my illusion. Trifecta lime, I thought was really interesting to see on the list. It's the only mention of trifecta lime on this Facebook post, basically. And I have gone on record by saying that it's like a really good flavor, but like I don't like it at all.
Fair. I think that can be said about a lot of things. Like,
oh yeah,
I think you can acknowledge that a certain flavor is good because it does what it's supposed to do, and you don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm like that with grapes. I've been morphed. I've actually had good grapes,
not just ketchup.
And they still taste kind of like ketchup because I think my brain has been morphed, and I'm fugazi mind tricking myself into thinking that it's ketchup. So, but I can acknowledge that there are good grape flavors, even though I don't smoke them.
Yeah, if you like lime, like I would wager a bet that you're gonna like trifecta lime. I honestly, like, if you like lime, I'm probably like the odd man
Let's
out in this.
About that because I have to talk about that at length.
Okay. We'll move on. Let's go ahead and get back into ours. let's get back into ours. We'll talk about our number 7 flavor. Adrian, what is your number 7 flavor on your list?
Okay. This one is this. So this is really hard to split it up into like the bottom 5 and top 5.
Is it lemon?
So it's almost arbitrary, but I did it because some of the flavors on my top 5 are flavors that are newer to me, and I feel like less people might be smoking regularly. Next up is trifecta, Morning Glory.
Ooh, I feel like it's been a long time since I've heard about Morning Glory.
It's still a well-selling flavor, and people still love it. It's just one of those things where this is a thing that I've noticed with trifecta specifically. They'll notice a new flavor, and we freak out. Every time that Moose decides it's time for a new flavor, everyone flips their shit. Think about the last trifecta flavor that was released that people weren't like, oh my God, about. Like, tell me what it was.
I can't think of a single one that somebody was not super excited about trifecta coming out with at all.
Like raspberry, I remember when that came out. Lime, the grapefruits, like everything that has come out since I've been watching trifecta do their thing, and I like them all. Morning Glory to me is the best coffee flavor, period, full stop. It's a creamed coffee, like very mocha. It's just really good. I would highly recommend it. I love to talk about it at more length, but I'm supposed to do it with the other flavors, so I won't.
So have you ever had tiramisu from Starbuzz Vintage?
It's a close second.
Okay. So, but it's similar in style then? Is that what you're saying?
It's very similar in style. It's a little bit more refined. It's a little bit less saturated sweet. And it smokes like trifecta. And as good as Starbuzz they did a really good job on their vintage line. It still doesn't stack up to the quality of trifecta, in my opinion. I think trifecta is just Moose is a perfectionist. Like, he's a perfectionist among perfectionists, because to create anything, especially like something a consumer would buy in the luxury market, like hookah tobacco, you have to be aware and try to be perfect. So, but Moose does a very good job. So
I agree.
It ranks above it for me.
Especially Dark Leaf. Trifecta Dark Leaf is just another level of good in a lot of ways.
Khalid has 2,204 balls.
Yeah. There's a couple 2000s. There's a couple 2000s of those bowls. By the way, There was a conversation that happened inside of Bracken's Facebook Live about a merchandise code, and we're toying around with the idea of dropping some of those bowls for maybe a merch code of some kind. I like this idea quite a bit. We're going to talk more about it, and we'll have something to announce very shortly, because 2,000 bowls, we got to get you to start spending those bowls, I think.
I don't even have 500.
Well,
Fucking work here.
I never watch on my personal page. That's the problem.
I think I can just go in and give myself bowls if I want.
No, you can't.
I mean, I can. I don't, clearly. Otherwise, I'd have way more than 485.
Yeah. So my number seven is actually my first Alpha Kama flavor on my list. It is the Ice Pear. Have you ever had the Ice Pear from Alpha Kama?
I've had a handful of the ice flavors. Pear is not one of them.
It's good. It's like a juicy pear. It smells delicious. It tastes wonderful. It's a very, very good flavor. It's right there on my number 7. Honestly, Ice Pear could go in place with Ice Apple as well. Ice Apple, Ice Pear.
Ice Apple's very good.
Those two flavors, man, those two to me are just like interchangeable. I love the way that they are.
True apple flavors taste a lot like pear flavors. When you're not doing double apple, apples and pears have a very similar flavor profile. Maybe Bracken can correct me, but I wonder if I can ask the question, because Bracken's good at Tangier's pronunciations. Aputania pear? Can you correct me on that real quick, Bracken?
Isn't it is it Optimus? Optimum?
Bracken, I know you're able to talk right now. Don't be petty.
Help us out. Get out of your hidey hole.
Hey guys, Opatina.
Opatina pear. Thank you so much, Bracken. Go back to your fucking hole. Please don't quit. We need you. Is it comparable to that? Have you had that flavor?
I have not.
Well, have that flavor because I'm a big fan of it. But pear isn't necessarily what I think of when I smoke it. So it's interesting. Anyway, I assume I'm supposed to talk about mine.
Yes. What is your number 6 flavor now? We're on to number 6, almost to the top 5.
This one could have made first place, but it's been in my rotation. It almost could have been an honorable mention because of how heavily I smoke it. And it's a lot of people's favorite. Cashmere peach.
Ooh.
Earthy, spicy, not intrusive, easy to smoke, daily smokable, mixable, good flavor.
You are so serious right now. You are like speaking to my soul right now.
Cashmere peach is a very good flavor. I understand that it's polarizing and a lot of people think it's garbage. And I can actually see that perspective. You're just wrong is the thing. It's a very good flavor. I'm going to stop that. Oh, look, Captain My Beard with the K Peach Life, my man.
K Peach Life. A lot of people love K Peach. I don't have anything against it. It's just not by any stretch like a favorite flavor of mine. I will say that when I was in Vegas last year, I sat down with Omar from Alpaca Bowls, and he was smoking what else? He was smoking some cane mint and some cashmere peach. And the moment I took a drag off of his hookah, I was like, oh my gosh, here's the K Peach train rolling in. And he's like, man, I love it. It's what I smoke, man. I was like, well, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad you like it. But a lot of people love that K Peach, obviously.
Also, it's Eric's favorite.
Yeah,
I think that means something.
That's why it's always great, right? Like that's he takes extra time.
If that's your favorite flavor, you're safe because Eric's not going to let a bad batch of K Peach slip past him because he smokes every batch. I'm pretty sure. So.
Exactly. He has to make triple the amount of that flavor just to feel his own habits.
Yeah, exactly.
So my number 6 flavor is my first kind of like. I remember the first time I had this flavor and it literally like shook me. It was so good. I was like, oh my gosh, why have I not been smoking this before right now? But it is from Azor. It is the Dubai Apple. And my God, is it so good.
Yeah, it's one of the more interesting flavors from Azor. Azor has a lot of interesting, unique flavor profiles.
They do.
They're also kind of kings in their own way of nailing a flavor profile that's already been established.
I agree.
I think Dubai Apple is a really good, unique thing you can only really get from Azor.
Yes. Azor.
What do you think?
Yeah, Azor Dubai Apple is like the greatest modern take of a double apple, in my opinion. Like that's why I love it so much. It's such a sweet double apple flavor. You still get the anise flavor in there, obviously, and stuff, but like the sweetness that you get with it is just fantastic. I love mixing it with mint. I love mixing it with just any other flavor because it adds that little bitterness of the anise and then the sweetness to it and stuff like that. Dubai Apple is just it's a headstone for me, man. I think it's fantastic. All right, so that ends our bottom 5 list of our top 10 flavors. Let's go ahead and read a couple more of the notes that we got in our Facebook group. How's that sound, Adrian?
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Do that one.
So from Daniel Newbert, he says that his top 3 list goes like this. Dark Side Sambuca shot, which I've always heard really good things about. I don't understand exactly what it is. I think it may be like a hazelnut whiskey, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
I think that you are correct.
And then he also put Element Grapefruit Pomelo. And that sounds amazing. If they hit,
Had an element flavor, so I'm excited to hear that on this list.
yes, I've never had element flavor either, but man, I want to try the grapefruit pomelo because if they can hit a pomelo flavor, oh my God, would that be amazing? That would be like a stunning flavor in my opinion. And then he ends it with trifecta Morning Glory, like you had spoke about a little bit before. Are you surprised to see Morning Glory end up in somebody's top 3?
No, so Morning Glory is quietly polarizing because there's actually a lot of people out there who don't really enjoy coffee flavors. I know some of them. And if you don't like a coffee flavor, Morning Glory is going to put you off. But if you're looking for a coffee flavor, specifically a creamed coffee, more like a Starbucks drink maybe than an actual like black cup of coffee, I think that Morning Glory is your best option, especially at least in the States. I'm not going to speak internationally because, like, again, Element is not a brand I'm familiar with. So
yeah. I want to try some Element. I want to try, I mean, as enthusiasts, we want to try anything and everything from around the world. So it's super exciting to see different stuff like that, obviously. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and jump over to our good friend Hookah Fiend's list on the Facebook page. Their number 1 flavor. Adrian, can you guess what it is? What's Hookah Fiend's number 1 flavor?
Is it double apple? Anything?
What flavor of double apple? What brand?
Alfacher, I don't know.
Alfacher, that's correct. Alfacher double apple is the number 1 for Hookah
That's
Fiend.
another really safe flavor.
Agreed.
You're never gonna get like fucked ordering that if you know you like double apple. So
I agree with that. And then his number 2 is Bermuda Mint from Azor, and that's a fantastic mint.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that mint so much. It's so sweet. I love it. And then his third one, Tangier's Pink Grapefruit. This is a list that I can get behind really good. I love this list. Bermuda Mint, Pink Grapefruit, AF Double Apple, solid.
Up until 2 days ago, I think I had every single one of those in my stash. I am almost through all of my tobacco. My goal has been to purge my stash because I'm about to put in a $300 order.
Ooh, yes. You need to get that new in so you can get some other flavors in there. Are you going to do...
I've got a weird tabletop going right now. I'm just smoking. It's not great, but it's nice to like have something to smoke while I'm editing. I got you, Bracken. Yeah. You guys can't see this interaction, but it is exactly as weird as it looks. Yeah, I got a weird tabletop. It's got like everything, like because you know how when you get to the end of a Tangier's container, if you use your finger, you can get more.
Hookah Fiend just said, "Don't call my favorite the safe choice."
Hey, it is the safe choice, and guess what? That's a good thing. When I say that, I do not mean it negatively in any way.
Yeah, good thing. Good thing.
A safe choice is almost like rises above good flavors because that just means you're not hyped, you're not down, you're just like I'm ordering this because it's going to be good, full stop.
Solid, exactly what I said. Solid list. I can get behind that list absolutely for sure. All right, let's go and let's move on to another list from Facebook. This is from our good friend Neve over at the Vapor Hookah Lounge, where Ronald is also creator of the Phoenix HMD. Actually, Neve, says that her number 1 is Bermuda Mint as well. So we got another Bermuda Mint in there. Number 2 is Cane Mint. A lot of people like cane mint. And then number 3 is winter lemon. Man, those winter flavors are just all over the place for Azor.
Yeah, they're really good. It's a very popular line, and all the flavors I think are home runs. Even the ones I haven't had, I think I could confidently order and not feel too worried about it just being shit.
Yeah. By the way, I wanted to ask you, because you said you're going to be doing a big order here soon. How much of your ordering is like classic flavors that you trust, and how much of it is new flavors that you're unsure about?
Little rant. My most recent... For the last 6 months, I'd say almost none of my tobacco has been purchased. Between the Rami Elsner High Desert Smoke Series, he sent me out like 3 kilos of tobacco. And then Ron Barron was nice enough to just send me out an order just because he was like, "Hey, I like what you're doing. I want to send you this." And I was like, wow. I mean, there's no way to respond to that when someone does something nice like that.
Thank you.
I was just like, thank you so much. Like, I don't know what to say. But I've finally almost smoked through all of that. I got the last of the Rami Elsner High Desert Smoke Series stuff recorded. I'm not going to do everything. Like, for instance, I realized I couldn't record the Zomo flavor reviews, and that was because the Zomo flavors have been revamped for the States.
Yeah, they're new now, so yeah.
But those are almost done, and basically, like I was saying, I'm almost through everything. Like, I've got 2 Tupperwares left full of tobacco, and I've got my order lined up where it should get here right when those are done.
Somebody in the chat just said that the Dark Side Eclipse was really good as well. And I wanted to state this real quick because I need to find a way to get you some Eclipse because I think you would really like it. It is like, so it's a honey flavor is what it is, but it's like a spiced whiskey flavor. It's really,
Okay.
it's so good. It's really good to mix with. It's good to smoke alone. But I thought it kind of came across as almost like a spice whiskey. Like, have you ever had? I'm trying to think of the brand. I think it might be Jack Daniels. They might do like a spiced honey whiskey. Maybe
They do. I have
okay.
some.
Then it's definitely that one that I'm thinking of. But it tastes very reminiscent to that, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I thought it was
Real
good.
quick, I just realized I went through that whole rant without answering your question.
Oh yeah. What was
my entire order is based around things that I've been smoking a lot of tobacco that's either gifted or sent for video purposes. So this entire thing is like stuff that I haven't had in stock that I want a ton of. It includes like a bunch of K peach and cane, some pink grapefruit. It includes like 500 grams of lemon muffin, a bunch of trifecta, peppermint shake, morning glory, stuff like that. It includes of some Azure flavors that I can't name because they're on my list. It's like a $300 order. I think it came out to like 5.5 kilos of tobacco, which is good for a good long time for me, because I also will get my alfalfa and stuff locally that I keep in stock.
Very nice. We're going to go ahead and mention just one more quick list because this is from Ariel on the Facebook page. And when asked what her top 3 flavors were, her response was whatever Bracken packs for me.
That's a good, yeah, if you've got someone that just packs good bowls that's just like accessible and in your house, that's the correct answer.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
a good call.
That's good. That's good news for Bracken. Bracken, you've impressed her so much that everything you pack deserves to be on the top 3 list. How's that make you feel, Bracken?
Pretty good.
Makes him feel pretty good. Okay. So
it makes him feel, quote.
exactly. Let's go ahead and get into our top 5. We're in the top half of our list right now, so let's go ahead and talk about our top 5 flavors. Once again, this list is going to be put on Facebook after the show goes live, so you'll be able to see the entire top 10 list there as well. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, Adrian, what is your top number 5 flavor on your top 10 list?
Cashmere peach is such a good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I like anything that can use the motif that cashmere peach has created and make a different spin. So, for me, I wanted to take a flavor that is in the same vein as cashmere peach and put it up into my top 5. And I decided to go with Bengal, or is it Bengal or Bengala? I think it's just Bengal citrus.
Yeah.
Which I've smoked. The first time was in Chicago, and since then I've been ordering it. And it is this ridiculous citrus flavor with all these spice notes, and it's earthy, and it's just this wild flavor. It's throat kicky just because of what it means to be a citrus flavor and what it means to be a spice flavor. And it is incredible. It has to be one of my, I can pinpoint the first time I took a draw off of a hookah with that flavor in it, the Bengala citrus. And it was like, everything stopped for a second. I was like, wait, this exists? I can just like fucking buy this. I can turn money into this. And, it's number 5 for that reason.
That's exciting. I like that you took, it's kind of what I did with my Dubai apple in a lot of ways, where I took this, classic that a lot of people love so very much, but with a modern take on it, kind of. I want to try Bengal citrus because I'm not the biggest fan of K peach, but I hear such good things about Bengal citrus that I really do want to try that as well for that very reason, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right, so let's get in my top 5 that I have. So my number 5 on my top 10 list, my number 5, is actually trifecta peppermint cream or peppermint shake. And
yeah, absolutely.
The reason why I put this here, the reason why is because I just smoked the very last bit of it. And I know it took me a long time. It's because I was kind of saving it for like some sort of like special reason, and I mixed it with my cookie dough. And when I was smoking it, I was like, man, I almost forgot just how much I love this flavor. Like peppermint shake really does just hit like all the notes for me. It's sweet, it's creamy, it's wonderful and minty. Like it just has so much complexity to it. You can mix with it, you can smoke it by itself. Like there's so much going on
of that flavor.
Yes.
Just like when you want to make a mix with mint, I feel like at least 70% of the time you want that cream flavor too. Any fruit, name a fruit, you want mint and cream in it. It's just, ordering a kilo is one of the safest, best investments you can probably make.
I could not agree more. It is such a fantastic flavor. And if anybody hasn't tried it, I have a review for it. And in the review, I just say, like, you don't need me to tell you that this is a great flavor because everyone else will tell you that already. So just go get it. Just go. It is so good. It really is fantastic. I'd love to talk to the person that doesn't actually like the flavor to get their honest opinion about it, like why it is that they do or don't like it. Oh, by the way, Bengal citrus is from Azor. Somebody in the chat is asking right now. It's Bilu. Bilu is asking. It is Azor. Somebody answered as well. Thank you so much. I think it's Captain Webbeard that may have answered that question. Thank you.
Me.
Oh, it was you. My apologies. I don't know what I'm talking about. Pipe Dream Hookah. I can't read this. Yeah, anyways. I have glasses on and I still can't read. Surprise. All right, so let's go into our number 4. Adrian, what is your number 4 of your top 10?
This is Matt Pear. Is a hookah.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Pear, also not really accessible in the States.
No.
I'm not going to say how I smoked it or where I smoked it. It wasn't here. It was in Chicago. That's all I'm going to say. But I had this flavor, and I can tell you who packed it. It was Eddie Paul, and it was a flavor called Monkey Balls, or maybe it was Monkey Nuts. I can't remember. I've only had it twice.
And it's that good to get on your top 4?
It's in my top 4. It could be higher. It's a peanut butter flavor. It's like this wild peanut butter flavor, and it is incredible. It's probably when I first heard that peanut butter was an option for hookah, I got sick. I may have vomited. I was like, that just sounds awful. And then you have it, and like it changes your perspective on everything. It's first of all, it's made by Matt Pear, who I think is actually just making really good tobacco right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the flavor saturation, it is so saturated and rich with flavor, and somehow it doesn't come across as intrusive or sickening. And I don't know how they had like that marriage there of those two kind of contradicting elements. And if you want to like compare it, if you've ever had Dark Side, it's in that same vein of flavor saturation and just like almost overwhelming. It's so incredible. It's basically a peanut butter flavor, a sweet peanut butter flavor, definitely.
Wow.
And it saturates the entire palate on the inhale, and on the exhale, you get this like nutty, sweet flavor, and it hits you like on the back of your tongue and on the way out, and thick clouds, because Matt Pear just, I don't know what they're doing, but like the clouds are just among the best of them. Incredible flavor, mixes well with everything. I could see mixing it with a little bit of grape, not enough to get that ketchup motif, just a little bit of jelly is all you need.
I don't know about anybody else, but I could just listen to Adrian describe flavors to me constantly. You guys need to go check out Pipe Dream Hookah over on YouTube, because this is what he does all the time, and he does such a great job of it. Like, you're selling me on everything that you are talking about right now. Like,
Buy it all.
you are speaking to my soul, Adrian. That's the way you're doing right now. I love this. All right, let's go ahead and get into my number 4. My number 4 is something also kind of newer in my rotation, but I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. It has become just the absolute amazing pride and joy of my collection, and I'm so sad that I'm all out of it. Like, something about me that you may know is that I usually only smoke for roughly an hour, maybe an hour and a half if I really am like relaxing or something, right? Like, I don't smoke those 2-hour, 3-hour sessions that people try to get to.
Because you smoke once a day usually, right?
Exactly. I smoke in the evening.
Which is wild. I smoke in 2 days the same amount of time you smoke in a week.
Yeah, I only smoke one bowl usually. And
yeah.
I have to tell you that this is one of the few times that I will smoke for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'll try to push it to 3 hours. I love this flavor so much, Adrian. It is Dark Side Astro Tea. Oh my goodness, is this a great flavor? I can't even begin to tell you why it is that I love this so much, because it is just so fantastic. Everything
Dark
about
Side is
it.
not hype.
No, I don't think so.
Be the first to just sit there and say it. It's not. A lot of people wonder, is it hype? No, it's not. It's that good. It's that interesting. I'm not gonna say it's better than everything, but Matt, it's a unique experience. Yeah, like you can't really get that with anything else.
I was gonna put Supernova on this list as well. I decided not to, just because I feel like it's not. So Supernova is not a flavor; it's a thing. It's a thing that you do to your hookah bowl, basically, and it is fantastic and wonderful the way that it just like drops everything that you're doing into a super cold, frozen type experience and stuff. But Astro Tea,
borderline unpleasant.
sometimes, sometimes, no joke. But Astro Tea, that sweet green tea mixed with that lemon as well, is just so fantastic. There's nothing like it. There's nothing at all that you can find that's exactly like Astro Tea and compare it in any way. You got to get it. You got to find it. If you're able to get Dark Side, that's the flavor that I'm going to point you to immediately and tell you to go try. I mean, if you hate floral, if you hate those sorts of like herbal type notes and stuff, then maybe you're not going to like it all that much. But at the same time, I think it's good enough that you could honestly have it and you would be like almost convinced that this is a type of flavor profile that you yourself would also like a lot. That's the way that I kind of see it. All right.
I have not had Astro Tea, but I'm ready to throw down some fucking Astro Tea right now.
Right, yeah, it's great.
It sounds great.
I want Bracken to jump on with us if he could very quickly, so that we can ask him what his top 3 flavors are if he is ready. I'm going to turn the Bracken cam back on real quick. Bracken, can you hear me,
guys?
Bracken?
Is this the normal intro?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
It's the only way I can bring the Bracken cam onto the screen is if I do that bit. That's the only way I can do it.
Okay. You can always put a blue shade on my face, and you could get a genie lamp and rub it every time, and I would just magically appear.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, you get 3 flavors. Pick wisely.
What are your top 3 flavors, Bracken? What are your? I guess
this is a really hard question.
This is also your wife's top 3 flavors as well, technically.
Right. Anything that I pack, my wife loves. But I think for me, it's hard because I always try and smoke a different flavor.
Yeah, you do a very interesting way of smoking. You open one flavor, you smoke all of it, and then you move on to your next one.
Which is wild. I don't know of anyone but you that just does that.
So yeah, I open a flavor, I will smoke it up until maybe about 80%, and then I find a flavor in my collection that I think would mix well, and I open it, and then I smoke it, I mix it. So it's hard for me to pick a top 3 because I haven't smoked every flavor out there. I haven't smoked every brand. For me, it's like, you want me to give you my top 3 Tangiers flavors? You want me to get it's so hard.
Whatever you want to do, man. Give us your top 3. Give us 3 flavors that you really like.
So 3 flavors. Let's start with the Tangiers flavor. I kind of grouped these 2 together because they tasted very similar for me. It was Tangiers Pomelo and Tangiers Yanoon Shattuck. Those are very good flavors. I'm not a fan of the banana flavor. But it does have like a kind of creamy fruit flavor to it almost. It's almost like a creamy grapefruit. And I was a huge fan. I think I smoked probably a kilo of it after I bought a 250. I tried it, and then I bought more. And then, Shattuck was like a seasonal flavor, so I bought that, and it was very similar. I'm sure someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't smoke it at the same time, so I just had to kind of go off my memory. So I think those 2 definitely make my top 3 just because they were humongous impacts.
You're a big Tangiers fan, right?
You know what? Let me tell you guys something.
Yes.
For 3 years, I smoked Tangiers only. And I tried one flavor that was a blonde from a brand that we've all talked about. It's on Matt's wall. I believe the flavor is actually on Matt's wall.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's passion fruit right there.
That's exactly what I thought it was. Alpha Comma blonde passion fruit. Took me from a 3-year Tangiers only spell. And now I'm smoking blondes. And that flavor definitely has to make my top 3. I think someone was talking about it in the chat, but Alpha Comma does like a really good job of taking a fruit flavor and making it taste like the fruit. And it's very strong. So it's not light, right? So the first time I smoked that flavor, it was like it punched me in the face.
Oh, yeah, it's very potent. That's absolutely for sure. Like Alpha Comma.
My house smelled like it for probably a few days because it was the only flavor I smoked. And I didn't want it to go away.
Yeah.
What about a really good one.
What about Fallen Dragon? How did that one affect your house?
My wife has banned Alpha Comma Midnight Line from my house because it has a very unique, pungent dark leaf tobacco note. So my wife asked me why I smoked a cigar in the house. And I was like, I'm smoking hookah. She took a puff and she handed me the hose back after half of a pull. And was like, you cannot pack this in the house anymore because this is not going to work.
Yikes.
So I could smoke it outside. If I mixed it, I could probably smoke it. But yeah, so definitely you got the Pomelo, Union Shattuck. You got passion fruit. And honestly, oh man, this HOH stuff has really been fun for me. We had him on the show, got to meet Shady. I got to try some of his stuff at the Pompano meetup for Hookah University, one of the groups. And I was very impressed. So, like, if you're going to make me pick top 3.
Yes.
Top 3 is going to have an HOH flavor. Right now, it's probably a tie between the Coke flavor, the Pepsi Cola, and the flavor I'm smoking now, which is Blue Crush, a blueberry tangerine mix. And I can't get enough of it. So, I got more. I ordered more of it, and it's delicious. So, honorable mention, there's an unreleased brand, Eternal Smoke. They have a milk and cookies flavor.
I want to try that.
Oof.
I want to try that.
I'm going to tell you about it. Let me tell you. You called whatever that other JV league the Truth.
Oh, don't you dare affect the Truth name, ever.
This is the Truth.
Don't you dare.
And when you spell it, it's DA Truth with an F. It's the Truth.
Oh my gosh.
It is so good. Hopefully we can get them on the show.
That'd be fun.
Eternal Smoke, if you're watching, reach out to us. We want to have you on the show. We want to tell more people about your brand. So when you're going live with it, let's make that happen. But yeah, that milk and cookies, that I was sitting here struggling between HOH and that milk and cookies flavor, because like I've never had something that tasted like milk and cookies.
Huh.
It was creamy. It was like a chocolate chip cookie and milk. It wasn't like bad chocolate. It was just like,
you keep getting me. My mouth is salivating right now. I'm
drooling right now. The Bracken cam doesn't drool, but real life Bracken does. And yeah, don't put any water on your screen or whatever you're drinking. But
do it.
Yeah, it was good. So if I had to pick a top 3, I guess I would pick that. But I don't know. It's so hard for me, guys.
Well, no, that was great. Thank you so much for offering us a couple of 3 flavors from yourself. We're gonna go ahead and get back into it and finish up our top list as well. But thank you, Bracken. We appreciate it as always for you stopping by. I'm gonna go ahead and put you back in the hidey hole. Thank you. Goodbye, Bracken. Okay, that's
and he's gone.
And he's gone. It was magic. Magic is what we call that in the biz. Awesome. So, what number are we at? We're at number 3 now, right? Correct. Okay, so let's hear about it. What's your number 3 flavor, Adrian Hunter? Which one is on your 3?
This is gonna be the shortest one. Tangiers cane mint.
Ooh, okay.
It's cane mint. It's a semi-sweet mint. It's made by Tangiers. Very good. Mixes with everything. Very good flavor. Always try. Very good.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't think we need a whole lot more explanation about that. I'm not going to lie.
For anyone who's never had cane mint, it's just a staple mint. I used to smoke a lot of Alfalfa mint as my staple. And Tangiers cane mint is like a very basic mint. It's semi-sweet. Mixes well with everything. Has those leathery Tangiers strip molasses notes that all Tangiers flavors have. Mixes well with anything, but it's probably the standout Tangiers mixed with Tangiers flavor mixer. Big fan. Love it. Could be replaced by Dirty Mint, but there's a bit of nostalgia going on here. So I'm going to say cane mint.
All right. We just had a request inside the chat right now that somebody asked if we could play.
No.
But it's a request. It's a request.
Yeah. No, Hookah Fiend gets what Hookah Fiend wants, I guess.
So this is we're talking about the top 10 flavors.
It's time for the AM Hookah Top 10 Tobacco Flavors.
There you go. That was the intro for it. Let me. I have a lot of fun making those, if you couldn't tell.
You got bars, Matt.
Okay, so my number 3 flavor that I like to smoke and that I decided to put on this was another Alpha Kama flavor. This is Alpha Kama Guava. If you don't know my obsession and love of guava flavors, man, that is exactly what I do. I love guava, and the Alpha Kama one is the most natural guava flavor that I've ever had. I thought it was absolutely fantastic in so many ways. So like, I was hard pressed not to want to put it up there. It's natural, it's sweet, delicious. It makes the most beautiful clouds. It mixes very good, and it's so strong that all you need is like a very tiny bit to mix in anything that you're smoking, and it'll come through perfectly. Like it's just. You say yours was short because it's cane mint. To me, mine is short because it's Alpha Kama Guava. Like that's how I see it.
Alpha Kama Guava succeeds in every way that Alfaker's Guava, in my opinion, fails.
Okay.
Alfaker makes a guava and it's acceptable, but it misses the mark in a few ways, and Alpha Kama kind of picks it up and just runs with it. I think they do a great job with their guava. It's very natural, and guava's kind of an alien flavor, right?
It can be, yeah.
It's like it's very different from everything else. I almost just referenced the Lydian scale, but I don't think anyone knows music theory, so it would make sense. It's alien.
Yeah, it shouldn't make sense, but it does. Basically.
It's very good.
Mix
is great with mint for just an all-day smoke. You can smoke it all day.
So we got 2 more flavors apiece for our top 2 now. We're in the extreme part of it, man. Like right here, this is where we get into the mud of the intense stuff of what it is that our top flavors are. So before we do that, I'm going to read one more list off of the Facebook group. This is from David. David he's at Hookah Parties inside the chat if he is here right now. He could not name 3. He could not do 3, so he gave us a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and read through these pretty quickly, and just if there's something that jumps out at you, just say something after the fact. So right now he says Azor Cosmos, Azor Unicorn, Azor Bermuda Mint, Azor Lemon Muffin. Then he goes and says Dark Side Banana Papa, Dark Side Nuts. Then he says Alfaker Orange, Alfaker Grapefruit, Alfaker Guava. Then he says Trifecta Lime, Trifecta Raspberry, Trifecta Dirty Mint. Then he says Tangiers Static Starlight, Tangiers Cane Mint, and Tangiers Maraschino Cherry. And then he says I should really stop at this point. So he has many flavors on his spectrum.
I think 5 of those were in my top 5.
Yeah,
those are all really good flavors. The ones that stuck out to me was Azure Unicorn is actually incredible. It is kind of like a spearmint melon, mix. And it's very candied and very chalky.
I want to try it.
Way.
I want to try it.
It's very good. It's like a solid flavor. Do it in the dark leaf. I feel with like in the blonde leaf, you might be wanting something. I like a bit of a throat hit, and Azur's dark leaf does. You can pack it in a way it will provide some head buzz and throat hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he included lemon muffin, which is just like good job, bud.
Yeah,
and
fantastic.
he included banana papa, so good job, bud.
Yeah, very good list. If you want to see his immense list of top threes, go on over to the Facebook group and you can check that out as well. Let's get into it. Let's say our top 2. What is your number 2 spot of your top 10 list, Adrian?
Hooked on Hookah is a new brand for me. I haven't smoked a lot of it yet. Just a handful of flavors. One stuck out to me and hit me in the balls really hard the first time I smoked it. I was like, Pepsi, bullshit, right? Because I've had El Facer cola. I've had multiple cola flavors, and every time I smoke it, I'm like, stop labeling this sugar syrup mixture as a cola flavor. It doesn't make sense. Then I had Pepsi, and my mind was blown, and me and my friend have conspired to order a kilo of it.
Wow, that's a love of a flavor.
They have mixed, and this is open information. They'll just tell you. They have just mixed their cinnamon flavor, and it's their stock cinnamon flavor with their stock. What's the name of it? Not
margarita.
Is
margarita.
Yeah,
it's margarita. I thought it was mojito.
No, margarita.
It's their margarita and their cinnamon flavor, and it is incredible.
Yeah.
It is just such an incredible Pepsi flavor. The first time I drew off of it, I was like, no way, not for real. And then I had it again, and I was like, for real. And you do pick up, when you know what's in it, you do pick up the cinnamon. The cinnamon is maybe a little strong.
Cinnamon's not here. Don't talk about cinnamon. If you say her name 3 times, then she might appear.
That's true.
Or he.
No calls today.
I don't know.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's just probably, I think for me, it's the knockout cola flavor I've ever tried, period, ever. And I've kind of been looking for a good cola flavor. And Hooked on Hookah, for those of you who didn't watch the episode, takes heat like a beast. It's binded with honey. They cut the stems into it. There's a bit of a head buzzed. It's lightly rinsed, not washed. And there's infinite customization options.
Yes.
When you go over onto their site. And everything is reasonably priced. They do charge $20 for a 250. But that's because probably due to the fact that everything's packaged to order and everything's mixed to order. And if you order larger quantities, you start to save a lot of money. They're a very good brand to order a few different things from and just hold on to them for 6-8 months, smoke through them, and then order more.
Yeah, Diamond Roberts actually got some Pepsi as well. He was one of the people that jumped on the 30% off that we were doing with him. And oh my goodness, he definitely enjoyed that a ton. So, that Pepsi flavor, I think it is very good, and I think you'd be hard-pressed to try it and not enjoy it, in my opinion. Like, that's one of those flavors you can pretty much easily recommend, and people argue. Like, I could see some of these things, like the Raspberry Rose, that's something that speaks to me, obviously. It may not speak to another person immediately, but the Pepsi flavor, like, we're all big fans of soda pop, obviously, and if we didn't drink it now, we drunk it before, and, to get that flavor in a hookah is actually pretty fantastic in a lot of ways. So, moving on to my number 2 flavor. My number 2 flavor, this probably is not a surprise. I'm not trying to trick you or anything like that. It is from Azur, the dark line. I love it. It's fantastic. It is ultraviolet, and I don't know what else to say about this that I haven't already said before. I have a full review of it as well. It is a beautiful medley of floral flavors. It has citrus notes in there. It's a sweet flavor. It just is so fantastic. You can mix it with anything. Now, here's what I want to preface this with real quick, that if you do not like floral flavors, if you do not like that idea of roses or like potpourri in some capacity, then you may not like this. But I'm telling you right now that if you're willing to take the chance, if you're willing to take the possibility of liking something that's outside of your comfort zone, ultraviolet is one of those flavors that is just so good because it does its flavoring so well. It's so strong and bold, and it hits you like a shovel to the face, and it doesn't let go of you, and it lasts forever. It is such a fantastic. I love mixing it with anything and everything. I just ran out of it, in fact, because I've been mixing it so much, and I'm sad and depressed at this point. I need to order more. I need to get it back in stock because when I don't have ultraviolet, I'm not happy, Matt. I'm not as happy as I used to be. I love ultraviolet from Azur. It's freaking-tastic. Oh my gosh. Have you had ultraviolet yet, Adrian?
No.
I'm gonna pack it for you. I'm gonna get some just so I can make it for you.
Very good. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I've been thoroughly impressed with Azur's dark line. Their black line is very good, and I would recommend almost anything I've had from it.
Somebody in the chat, Rose F. Death said, is there any Mountain Dew flavors? You could add lime maybe to the Pepsi and get a little bit Mountain Dew. I don't know. I wonder about that, actually. And then Tristan Jensen says, gross. I'm assuming to my my ultraviolet. You're crazy, Tristan. Don't you talk bad about ultraviolet.
Tristan's got his own opinions, and he can be over there with his own opinions. We're allowed to have those, but buddy, mine aren't the same. If you do want Mountain Dew flavors, so you could probably create one using Hooked on Hookah's arsenal. If you want to branch out to different brands, go to Trifecta. They have a brand called Deja Dew in their blonde line, and then they have a flavor called Mountain Fog in their dark line. And both of those are Mountain Dew-esque. So could fill the could itch the scratch.
Interesting.
Could scratch the itch.
Interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and talk what our number one. Let's talk about our number one flavor. Adrian, what is Adrian Hunter Pipe Dream Hookah? What is your number one flavor that you want to talk about?
It's been said like 6 times already.
Yeah, it has.
By different people. This is hard because you could ask me next week and I'd probably say something different. But for this, it's really, I've been craving it. It's a very good flavor. It's one of the flavors when I first tried it, I was like, yeah, buddy. It's Trifecta Lime, Dark Leaf.
Ooh. Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody has been saying Trifecta Lime. Everybody loves that flavor. I feel like I must be taking crazy pills or something for not being the big fan of that flavor. I'm not. And
I
stuff.
like it for all the reasons you don't.
Okay, interesting.
You don't like it because it is so lime forward, right? Like it's just lime. It's like it's not like Tangier's new lime, which is like a green jelly bean. It's like a lime. Like there is some candy properties to it, but it's also very citrusy, very limey. And there is nothing mixed in there. Like you can smoke it straight, but you better be like ready to smoke lime for 2 hours. And I mean lime. There's really not a lot going on. Trifecta doesn't have a signature aftertaste to their brand. Moose does a very good job of like making the flavor be the forward thing. Whereas in the Tangiers, you have a motif that runs across all their flavors that a lot of people look for, which is why both of those brands can coexist happily and satisfy the same and many different people. So that's a good thing. But lime is just, if you want a true lime, the closest to a true lime flavor I've ever had, and you want something that you can mix into anything to give it a potent lime, mix it with a lemon mint, have a lemon lime mint, mix it with a chocolate. Lime and chocolate mixes very well, in my opinion.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Lime.
That sounds
Trifecta Lime is so good. Yeah, it's very interesting.
I would try. I would definitely try that.
You ever had a chocolate orange?
Yeah. Well, I love chocolate orange from Starbuzz Vintage.
Similar thing. You're getting that citrus mixed with that chocolate flavor, but it's a little sweeter because the the Trifecta Lime is sweet, but you are getting more of the you know how limes have a slight, not bitter, but tang to them.
Yeah,
you're getting that as well.
Tristan just said, I don't like lime because it's actual lime. Okay, Matt. I want to make this very clear. Okay, I understand that it's a great flavor. I understand why people love it so much, but it is just so much lime. I want somebody to speak up. Somebody needs to speak up in chat and agree with me on this a little bit. It is so much lime.
Don't validate
it's
him.
Not.
Let him sit in his own little fucking corner.
It's not number one. It's not number one, Adrian. You're wrong on that.
It's my number one.
Okay, so my number one, once again,
who would have guessed it?
Again, I'm not trying to shock you. I'm not trying to amaze you. I'm not trying to change the world with this. I'm not trying to talk about some lime flavor, if you will. I am talking about my all-time favorite flavor that stands atop of the heap, almost no matter what. Tangier's Static Starlight. It's great. It's fantastic. You can't argue that this is not an amazing flavor. I think I'm okay. Here we go. I'm going to stand on a fucking pedestal right now if I have to and tell you that this flavor is the truth when I mix it with Trifecta Enigma because it so called is the truth. I'm telling you right now it is. And the reason why Static Starlight still stands atop the heap of everything else is because the rose that is in it is a fantastic sweet rose, and then the grape is a black grape flavor that cuts like a knife that floral flavor of the rose and instantly turns into the most pleasant, amazing, sensual, great session that you could possibly have. There's nothing better than smoking Static Starlight. I cannot get enough of it. It is fan-frickin-tastic. I'm telling you right now, it is.
With you. I think you're right. I purposely did not include this because I knew you would. I knew it would be your first place. The second we had the conversation about this being a show, I was like, I can make a couple guesses.
Well, you screwed up my guesses because you took out all the ones that I was going to guess for you as an honorable mention. So like
that, I did that on purpose, bud. That was not a mistake.
I could not take away and put it into an honorable mention about just having the purity of that as mine.
No, Static Starlight is not a motif flavor. It's not like Double Apple or Lemon Mint where you can get it across brands and those brands have something for you. Static Starlight is something you get from Tangiers and Tangiers only. Because on top of the flavor profile that you get from Static Starlight, you're also getting that Tangiers motif strip molasses flavor.
Yeah. It really is just something that's unlike anything else. It's just, it's fantastic. Hookah Frank is in here right now, and Hookah Frank will vouch for this for sure, because I know that he loves Static Starlight as well. Like, it is just absolutely fantastic.
Also,
Tam in the chat.
Hookah Frank, real quick, he's reviewing again.
Oh, yeah.
His channel's alive.
Oh, yeah.
Go watch his stuff.
And he's doing new Zomo flavors as well as the Zoomerette brand as well. So if you're interested in some of those some of that stuff, you got to go check it out for sure. Tam just says, I've been smoking that mix for a year straight. I think he's talking about something about Static Starlight, because he should be mixing everything with Static Starlight. That is our top 10
The mix
list.
he's talking about is, if I can remember, I'm actually going to try to find it. He was saying that people should mix.
What is it? Let's see. Where is it at?
It's very close
to
a mix that's very popular. The only difference is there's no foreplay.
Oh, okay.
It's the K Peach Cane Mint 4020, but the other 40, instead of being foreplay, is Indian Cure.
Ooh,
I could see it.
Ooh.
In fact, Indian Cure, I had to eliminate from my top 10, but it almost made it. Indian Cure is another fantastic flavor that was released recently by Trifecta.
I could have put that in my list as well. Indian Cure is fantastic, man. I could have totally put that into my list and never thought twice about it. That would have been fantastic. Oh, goodness. What a great top 10 list. There's tons of other lists going on right now inside of the Facebook groups. Everybody is talking about great stuff down there. John Littlejohn just commented as well. He said Al Tawag beer, which I've never had, Al Tawag All-American whiskey, and I think he might be trolling. Does John Littlejohn troll?
I don't know if he trolls, but Little John has a good palate, and I appreciate the things that he enjoys.
Well, then I definitely want to try this.
Another honorable mention would be Natural Order by Trifecta.
Yes,
that's a unique flavor if there ever was one.
Haven't tried it, but I always hear very good things about it.
Get it, just get it.
Matthew John says Trifecta Dirty Mint, Ottoman Turkish coffee, and AF Jasmine. I've never had AF Jasmine before. That's interesting. I should definitely look into that as well. I definitely want to try
Frank's top 3.
I did not. What is Frank's top 3?
Tangiers Cane, Static Starlight, and Indian Summer.
That's where it's at. I don't like Indian Summer though. I'm not a fan.
Really.
I'm not a fan of that one. Yeah, that's too floral for me. So like now I'm losing all my credibility at the moment. But I don't care. I'll stand true to my list of stuff that I like to talk about. All right, so this has been fantastic. It's been a ton of fun, obviously. I was hoping that we'd have time for calls, but we don't really have time for calls, so I don't want to take too many.
We'd run over. And for those of you who don't know, Matt, can we announce the formatting for this season, since things are going to be changing a little bit around here?
Yeah, I think that'd be fine.
We're doing some planning. There's going to be some different content.
Mm-hmm.
No details yet. Just watch the channel, and hopefully you like it. And if you don't, you'll tell us, and we'll decide whether your opinion changes with the kind of content we put out.
Yeah.
And usually it does. So there's that. We're changing the length of seasons. And, we've only done, this is our 3rd season. So there's only 2 seasons before this.
Yes.
So people might not even be fully aware that we do 24 episode seasons, right? With 2-week breaks in between seasons. But Matt, what have we done?
Well, we're going to decide that we want a little bit of a bigger break for a couple reasons. One, so that we can rest a little bit and give you guys the freshest content possible with our bodies and our minds. And we're going to be using that time with a longer break to be able to prepare and do a lot more fun things and try out some other ideas. We're going to go from having 24 episodes going to 22 episodes for this season especially. We are still going to have the drunk cast. And that's something that I wanted to say is that there will be a drunk cast at the end of this season. Don't you worry about it. It will be shots for likes, just like it has been in the past, and it's going to be a fantastic time. Adrian's already getting excited. I know you are. I know. And so is Bracken. Are we going to have Bracken on the drunk cast?
I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, so that's the first thing, shortening the season length and doing some other things with it with the time that we have off. We're also going to be producing some other different kind of content. I don't want to give away all the details on that yet, but there is
going to give away one.
Okay.
There's a chance that it might not all be live.
There you go.
This doesn't mean that we're not getting rid of live. This doesn't mean we're getting rid of live shows.
No.
We're also not going to be completely leaving on the off season. By the way, it's just going to be the off season for the AM Hookah Monday show. So keep that in mind. And the other shows will still be running. And if anything changes, we'll let you know. But as of right now, we have no tentative plans to discontinue any shows for the season.
Yes.
But there's going to be more content. It's not going to be so much a change in content as we're going to start to deliver different types of content. Maybe not all live content. So maybe that's exciting. I don't know. Have you seen Pipe Dream Hookah videos? See if I can make Matt do something like that.
Hold on. Let me do my best shot. Okay, hold on a second. Here we go. Hold on. Hey guys, this is Matt talking about AM Hookah stuff, trying to hang out and this flavor's great. It tastes like ketchup. How's that?
That's an awful impression of me, Matt.
That's pretty good.
We need to get Bracken's actual, not the Bracken face cam, but an actual Bracken cam for the drunk cast so we can do an actual impression of me, which is spot on.
It's pretty good. It's actually really good. It really is very good.
It's really, really good. Yeah.
So something else about next week's show. So we're gonna go ahead and inform you right now that I am not going to be on next week's show because I'm going to be traveling to New York City. I'm going to be in the New York THL Gala, hanging out with those guys down there. Can't wait to meet everybody and hang out and smoke some crazy
That's a good thing.
hookahs and some Zomo tobacco and stuff. It's going to be a fantastic time. But because my flight leaves so late from New York City, I'm sadly not going to be able to be on the show. So next week you're going to be graced in this spot right here with our great producer Bracken Cox. He's going to be hanging out with Adrian Hunter. They're going to be doing some fun stuff. Maybe that'll be the time to do a Bracken Adrian impersonation, and it can just be Adrian and Adrian the whole time.
Moyes just said it'd be nice if Adrian could do some reviews again. I do a lot of reviews, Moyes. There's been a reason it's been slightly dry. I'm not going to go into details, but it's mostly a good thing. Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds like it's going to be a riot. We've had Bracken and me on the show before. I think it's a pretty good format. Gives people a break from dad. So it should be good. No, definitely get some pictures. Have fun at the gala. That should be a riot.
Yeah. Would you guys, by the way, because I am going to be doing a video, I'm going to do a vlog of the entire time that I'm in New York City. I had to get you. I'm going to be doing a vlog when I'm inside of New York City doing the gala and stuff like that. Do you want to see that content here on the AM Hookah podcast? Would you like to see my vlog debut as a video for AM Hookah on the YouTube?
Yes.
Is that what you'd like?
I personally would. I would enjoy that quite a bit.
Okay. So I will be going as Matt from AM Hookah. I will not be going as Matt from Matt Dezen. I'll go as Matt from AM Hookah. Every time I introduce myself, like, hi, I'm Matt from AM Hookah. How you doing? I'm the M and the AM of the AM Hookah. That's what I'll do.
Nice.
That'll be perfect.
And then we've got a few interesting shows coming up. You know how we don't tell people what our next show is going to be about because we're not good at planning?
Yeah, sometimes.
We had this meeting and thought, what if we were better at planning?
I like this.
And basically Bracken sat us down and said, listen, you degenerate fucks. We need to have a talk about your scheduling.
I'm going to be a producer whether you like it or not.
So we had a different show planned for Monday, but because of the gala and everything, we've had to move some stuff around. So this coming Monday is going to be me and Bracken. And Matt, I believe the show after that's planned too. Maybe people can look forward to it.
They can look forward to it. We're getting the final details, and I will announce what the episode is going to be about. It will be about bowls. It will be about alpaca bowls. And if everything goes according to the plan that we're wanting to, we'll have a very special guest joining with us for that topic of alpaca bowls. I'm not going to tell you the guest in case it doesn't work out for some reason. But
if it doesn't, we'll get them, just not that date.
Exactly, yes. We are working out all the kinks to make sure that it can go in line, but sadly the dates may not line up the way that we're hoping that they do. So we'll do whatever we can to make it work, but it will be about alpaca bowls the week after that. And the week after that is not 100% planned, but the week after that one should then be okay, let's not go too far in the future. Just I'm sorry.
We're just now getting good at this.
Sorry.
We'll stop it. We'll start to do the big month in advance when we get a hang of this planning thing.
Yeah. All right. So all right, I think that's going to do it for the episode today of the AM Hookah Podcast. Man, this has been fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have a lot of people with bowls, by the way, inside the chat. Captain Whippert has 3,000. He can't really use them for too many things because he's a part of the show, sadly. Ha ha ha. But Moyes has 1,000 bowls. Moyes has 1,000 bowls. The Hookahologist has 799 bowls. There's some people with 2,000, 1,000. We got
Austin
a lot of
has
bowls.
3K, but he can't use them either.
No.
Because he works here, so ha ha ha.
Yeah, so, we're going to do some fun things with those bowls. Be prepared. Maybe we'll even announce something on the Gamecast on Wednesday. Maybe we'll announce something on technical difficulties on Friday.
Ooh,
Pay attention.
Announcing future content. It's almost like there's other people working with us that are smarter and better than us. Woo!
Robert Pope just said that he wants me to smoke taco. Oh, no, is he saying... Okay, I think he's saying smoke taco, but he's saying smoke toco. But I believe... Robert Pope, because there's going to be some Bobo backer at this gala thing. And I'm pretty sure he has a taco flavor that he has.
After having a salmon flavor, I'm pretty open minded. So have it. I don't know, man. It might be pretty good.
Robert, are you going to be bringing taco? If you're going to be bringing taco, you better have a hookah set up because I do want to try some. I don't even want to finish that sentence. I don't want to finish saying that out loud.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time to tell people where they can find us.
Oh my gosh. Well, you can find the AM Hookah Podcast all over the internet. You can find us on Twitter at AM Hookah Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, AM Hookah Podcast. You can also find us over on Facebook at a page and a group. Make sure you join the group because, gosh, damn, do we have a fun time over there doing lots of fun stuff. And the conversations that happen on the group always transition to the podcast as well. So if you want to get your name read and be able to have a part of this on your
like
resume,
all the people whose top lists we just talked about today.
Exactly. And the sooner you get those comments in, the better chance you have. Sadly, there was a couple that I didn't get to read, in fact. So, yeah, make sure you find us over on Facebook because we are super active over there and we have a great time. You can find myself over here on the AM Hookah Podcast channel, youtube.com/AM Hookah, twitch.tv/AM Hookah as well. And then, yeah, you can find me on Twitter at only Matt Dezen. You can find me on Facebook. This is my face. My name is Matt Dezen. And then also, I think that's about it. Where can people find you, Adrian, on the internet?
You stole my shtick.
I know. I did. A little bit. A little bit. Not all the way. I didn't say the whole thing. I didn't say the thing about, like, you're going to have difficulty in life. I didn't say that.
If you like unboxings, hookah reviews, tutorials, just general banter about hookah, come check me out at Pipe Dream Hookah. A lot of the content that I can't post on AM Hookah because we do something a little bit different over here, I'll post over on Pipe Dream Hookah. So check that out. If you want to find me over on Facebook, everything Matt just said, except for I'm going to add that if you can't find me knowing my name and what my face looks like on Facebook, good luck with the rest of your life. And if you want to find me on Instagram and Twitter, you can find me at _Pipe Dream, THE_Pipe Dream, all one word, no spaces. I don't think you can use spaces in that format, if I'm being honest. I don't really know. I've never really tried.
Underscore.
No spaces.
Don't do it. I don't know why we're saying this now.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Thank you to Prestige, the coals that keep our bowls well lit and smoking all the time. You guys have been fantastic. We'll catch you next week. As always, thank you so much, guys. You guys are fantastic. Yes, see you on Wednesday and Friday and all that other stuff. Until next time, keep on smoking and goodbye.